Hello, everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Wanderer's Path. We're on episode 30, which is super cool. But before we get started today, a couple of things. If you are not following us on Twitter, go ahead and do so. Neptune, fuck off. Sorry, my cat.
It's our new player, Neptune.
Yep, a new player, Neptune.
They just
that
told
is
him to fuck off.
biting at my ankles right now.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm Neptune. I'm replacing Shorty.
Already has yet another new character.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, and also, if you are not in our Discord community server, go ahead and hop on in there. We chat, hang out, and you're welcome to shout out all of your stuff that you are doing today. Or, sorry, not today, that you are, like, playing in. Ow! Fuck! So, okay. I might need to go put this cat out of here.
Shorty will do the announcements.
Shorty, keep doing the announcements.
Bienvenidos, gamers. Welcome to Destined to Roll, where we play Destined to Roll things. I'm your host, Shorty McAwesome. I will be taking you on a fantastic journey today. This week, we will be following us on the bird. There's the link if you need it to the bird.
Oh.
Also follow us on the YouTube.
Shorty. Walgreens Insider, I have a question.
Yes.
Could you please speak on that scandal about that murder you got tried for a couple of weeks ago?
No comment. Next question.
What the actual fuck?
It's just normal announcements.
And
Okay.
don't forget to follow us on Twitch. We do not have one for that. I feel like that should be a thing we have, Zari. I mean,
We have a link
Twitch.
to our own channel in which they're already inside of it.
Short,
you're watching
In case not following.
Okay, but that would be like a, hey, if you haven't followed us,
Twitchception.
hit that follow button, not like, hey, follow us on Twitch and go to our Twitch link, which is, like, they're
I mean,
already
that might
on.
work for
Don't
the
forget to
recording.
use your Prime subs on us. All proceeds will go to Shorty McFly's dog.
Why?
I think that's all
As
the
you should.
announcements for the week.
No, it does not go to short stuff.
You did a pretty bang up job, I gotta say.
I'm proud of you.
Except
Thank
for
you.
that fucking news reporter exposing me. God.
And sometimes you commit a murder and people ask you about it and you just gotta deflect.
Yeah, 90% of the people where Caroline lives are murderers.
Exactly. That's not hyperbole.
No,
feel
I
like
know
that's
it's
not
not.
accurate.
It is.
No, it is. It is.
Oh my god. Okay, anyways, Joey's gonna be a little bit late, but he's gonna keep us updated. He got stuck at work. But we're going to get started. So, last couple sessions, the group has been reconvened, added a couple new people, lost the bard who decided to stay with his love in Brightstone and help her repair.
Strong word, but okay.
Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna punch you. And then they set off towards traveling across the continent back towards the Clarius Kingdom to charter a ship through Robaris Island to the Ranikko Strand. Velia left them with some letters of introduction, passage to Robaris, as well as a connection to a ship that she has used prior, and managed to get that arranged for all of you guys. So you guys set off, ran into Xylovar's old village as he went to go look for the axe of his wife, who was the chief of the village. Ended up stumbling across her restless soul, for lack of better terms, and managed to defeat her and send her on her way to the place where they go, to Kavaki's hall. So you guys also found some more information on the group of Dragonborns who came through and razed Xylovar's village to the ground. You continue to cross the uninviting expanse for a couple of days, and then Reverie at the full moon ended up turning into a were-jaguar, which the group was not aware of. And
We're pretty aware
ended,
that they turned into a were-jaguar.
well, was not previously aware of. And
problem.
yeah, hairy little problem there. But you managed to subdue her, had a very awkward conversation the next morning, and are continuing through the uninviting expanse towards the Clarius Kingdom. So, you guys had a couple of conversations. It was pretty good. As you continue to travel, Cass, you are taking 7 days and some gold to, as you like pass through different areas to procure papers and to make yourself seem like a to create a persona for yourself so that it's a little bit easier to do things on the Ranikko Strand. The rest of you, Dr. Rooks, you were spending some time crafting potions?
Yeah, but they won't be done until the end of this journey, so I can't pass them out yet.
Okay, I'm just making sure. And then is there
No
anything else that anyone would like to do? Any additional conversation to be had as you continue along your way?
Dr. Rooks is talking to Dobarax about books.
Cute.
I do love books.
All right.
Shorty doesn't love books. Shorty's illiterate, but Dobarax loves books.
You are not illiterate.
So,
So, Dr. Rooks and Dobarax bond talking about books and some of the things that they've studied, and all of that jazz. Anything else?
Dobarax does not like jazz, actually. He would avoid that topic.
It was a figure of speech, but good to know that Dobarax does not enjoy the jazz-style music.
While we're traveling the uninviting expanse, during each night, Snud is going to use the decanter of water to make a pond, and the staff of flowers to plant little flowers inside the pond.
Aww.
Okay.
He's terraforming the desert.
Yeah. Well, it's like a barren grassland, but yeah. Just so you know, Snud, this travel path would take you past the old temple of Kitsune.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know. I realized that I should probably mention that. But if there's anything you would like to do there.
No, I don't think Snud has any business to do in the temple.
Okay.
Unless there's a deck of many things in there.
No. Alrighty. So you guys continue on through the uninviting expanse, passing across the bridge into the Umbra region, which is a very, you guys traveled through here on your way towards the oasis several months ago. But the Umbra region is very wooded. There's towns that dot the area. It's very high art, lots going on. You keep a hand in your pockets because occasionally you get pickpocketed, or occasionally there's several pickpocketers in this area, as it does border the Valley of the Thieves. But you continue on north, and rather than taking the road that you did that went straight to the city of Pignus in the Artis region, you hang east. Oof, that was rough there for a second. You hang east and you head towards Horizon Grove with the hopes to take the Pully system down the side of the cliffs to Robaris Island, which is the capital of the Clarius Kingdom. Dr. Rooks and Dobarax, you both would know just a little bit about the history. The capital of the Clarius Kingdom used to be in Horizon Grove, used to be the capital Horizon Grove. And when they were kind of expanding and they managed to capture Robaris Island, and they had the technology to build this police system in the last 50-ish years. They built it, and so it's this gigantic kind of elevator-like thing, for lack of better terms, that goes down the side of the cliffs. And Robaris Island is a very elite area. People live in Horizon Grove for years trying to be able to afford and to get the elitism to be able to move to Robaris Island. And so the port there is very like, there's some trade, but it's very much like just people moving in and out. It's the richest of the rich in the Clarius Kingdom, and so on and so forth. Lots of ambassadors, lots of like people passing from different nations, and that's kind of like the hub of the area. So
we're taking a pulley system down to an island?
Yep. Pulley system down the side of the cliffs, and then like a little baby like ship to the island, and then you're gonna leave out of the island port.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So, as you travel past, you kind of enter into the Horizon Grove region. Before, when you like simply passed, you start to see coming out of these, like, the Sea of Hills was kind of on your left, but you see coming out of this area groves of trees. There's orchards. They're beautiful. As you get closer to the region, you notice that these orchards are elaborate, and they're full of beautiful barns and houses. There's workers in the neat rows in the fields. Each farmstead seems to have several buildings, and occasionally you see large, elaborate mansions in the most scenic areas. You guys know that the rich and affluent from Horizon Grove or Robaris Island have second homes in the countryside, and this is what they call the countryside. And most of them like own these orchards, but they're very rarely there. So you near the capital of the Horizon Grove region is called Horizon Grove. The city begins to rise up between these neat groves of orchards. The architecture is very old and sweeping. The walls that surround the city are very beautiful themselves. They're a weathered gray stone, and they're decorated with these black arches throughout. The main gate has an emerald-colored flower-like symbol over the center. You draw closer. The road becomes a worn but very sturdy cobblestone, every stone laid with care. And you kind of enter under the gate, and you see these stunning buildings. A lot of them are worn down with age, but there's like various mosaics, archways, beautiful columns that surround you. It's a little bit of a modge podge of architecture as it grows throughout the ages, but these buildings are ancient. So think like very old Italy, as it grew from Roman-inspired architecture through the Gothic era, so on and so forth.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say, so think grew from Despicable Me.
Okay, Rosario. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you get closer, one of the guards kind of pulls your group aside. You see that they're stopping like every group. He's a human with dark hair. He has a very well-pressed emerald and silver uniform. And just pulls you guys aside a little bit. I assume that you'd be driving the cart, Rooks.
Yes.
Okay, but he just says, all right, who's in your group? State your business.
Dr. Rooks looks right. He's like, this is Cass, this is Ilova, this is Snud, this is Dobrax, and this is Reverie. And we need to get to, what's the island called?
Robaris Island.
We need to get to Robaris so that we can get to, what's its name again? The
Ranikko Strand.
Thank you. So we can get to the Ranikko Strand.
He looks at you incredulously for a second, and says, do you have papers to travel through the pulley system to Robaris Island?
He shows the papers.
He looks through them, and then you see his like eyebrows rise a little bit. You get the sense that whatever, I don't know if you would have like looked at the papers at all, but whatever Velia put on there gave you guys like prestige, so that you would be able to travel through.
As you should.
But he closes the papers and hands them back to you and says, well, welcome to our city. You are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. If you are in a hurry, I would recommend that you mosey on over to the Pully house so that Housemaster Lether can arrange for the pulley for you first thing in the morning. And if you need boarding, one of the best boarding houses is right in the area, right there. It's called Prunen Boarding House, right next door to the Pully house.
All right. Thank you. He says, "Say thank you, everyone, please."
Thank you,
you,
sir.
everyone.
And he's going to go to the Pully house.
Alrighty. So you guys travel through the city. As you go, you notice that as you stick to the main roads, things are very neat and orderly. Everything looks very well maintained. If you're like peering in the alleyways, it's a little bit dirtier. But not much as you can see as you're heading towards the most east side of town. It seems that the closer you get towards the pulley system and towards the cliffs, the richer things get. The buildings get more old and elaborate and look like they've been well maintained throughout the years. But you kind of crest over a little hill and you see like this road that has several very large houses on it, with grounds and like areas blocked off and several gardens. And you do see a house labeled the Pully House. And also, as you guys are kind of looking, this is the edge of Horizon Grove. And so you can look out and just see the ocean. And It's beautiful turquoise in kind of the setting sun. And the cliffs just like, you can't really tell because you can't quite get up there, but the cliffs just like drop off. And you guys would know from your experience in the city of Pignus when you went and tracked down the dragon, when you like climbed down the cliffs a little bit. The cliffs were like hundreds of feet there. Here, they are almost thousands of feet.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, you find the Pully House. It's like almost sunset. So as you guys are heading in, it looks like the secretary at the table is like starting to pack up her stuff. What you do notice is there's large, like elaborate rugs with beautiful like tapestries sewn into them. There's mosaics all around the wall, very beautifully carved crown molding. And there's actually art of what appears to be some sort of like the celestial bodies above where your region is, as well as a stunning chandelier with silver and crystal in the center of it. There's a very large wooden desk, and there you see a very young human girl. Her hair is kind of tied back in a bun, and she's dressed very smartly. And she looks like she was like trying to sort and organize some papers at the end of the day. But as you guys walk in, she looks at you oddly because you guys are kind of a weird group. And then says, "Oh, we weren't expecting anyone this late. Hello, how can I help you?"
Hello. I was wondering if we could set up an appointment to take the pulley system down tomorrow to Robaris.
Oh, do you have papers for this?
He slides over the papers.
She begins to glance over them and then says, "Oh, certainly. Mr. Bursk is in his office. Give me one moment and I can set an arranged meeting. May I get you any refreshments in the meantime?"
No, I'm personally, well, I'm not sure about my cohorts, though.
I would love a water.
I would like a tall glass of chocolate milk, please.
You know,
Do y'all
Zai's
have
gonna
any
ask for
lemonade?
ale.
Yes, I would ask for ale. She like you see her categorizing everything that you say, and she just nods at all of you with a smile, and then turns and says, "Give me one moment. You may take a seat anywhere you would like," and kind of gestures towards a sitting area off to the right, and then passes through these huge, like, gigantic oak double doors. She can barely push open by herself. But she opens one and pulls it closed behind her. After about 5 minutes, she comes back out and says, "Mr. Bursk will see you now, and all your refreshments are in there ready." And like holds the door open and gestures for you all to go in.
Bud will rush inside and just sip on his glass of chocolate milk.
Okay, so you guys walk inside this kind of office meeting room. There's bookshelves that kind of surround several of the areas, and actually behind the desk is a full floor-to-ceiling windows that look out over the cliffs. You guys get a visual of some of the Robaris Island. It's really hard to make out, but you do see so much color down there. It's beautiful. It looks like a glittering gem almost against the turquoise of the ocean. But there is a very large desk with a older half-elven man. He's kind of balding with gray hair. And there's a very large sitting area with these huge couches, a low-to-the-ground table that looks like it probably weighs a ton, with very elaborately carved feet with all of your refreshments ready on it. But he comes from around the table holding the papers that his secretary gave him and says, well, it is always great to meet friends of Lady Similo. You guys recognize this as the name that Velia gave when she went into Brightstone. So, and she was doing stuff in there. But,
cool.
She is one of the greatest in our community. I do ask, how is she doing? How is everything there? I know that you guys got a new queen in Brightstone.
Yes, it's a wonderful time. One of our cohorts actually married her. I think that you will enjoy it if you ever go for a visit. A lot of the guards are very helpful nowadays, and we also got a new conservatorium set up. So if you want to get some reading done or some research, that's opened as well.
All right, I see that you definitely are from there. She has named you ambassadors of Brightstone from Order of the Queen, and he holds up another paper that stands with the Queen's insignia.
Wow, what a business woman! I love her.
Velia's good at one thing, and that is it. Anyways, but he says, you all may call me Lyther. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Do sit, enjoy refreshments. I'm sorry that they are not as... We don't have any dinner or anything prepared. We weren't expecting company this late. But I do recommend next door the Prunham boarding house, and the Mrs. Marin is fantastic, and she would definitely have something ready for you if you so desire to stay there. I could send a message right away.
Yes, I personally think that would be quite lovely.
All right, and he leans out the door and just says, Miss Shea, would you please send a message to Mrs. Marion next door and let her know that these lovely folk will be joining her and boarding there for the evening? And you hear, yes, sir, and then the door slam. But you guys all kind of sit down, and he gestures for you two, and he says, now, do tell me, are you looking to take the Pully down to Robaris Island tomorrow?
Yes, please, as early as possible.
All right. You're not staying in Robaris Island for long, it says here. It says that you're looking to take a ship out of the Roseport as soon as possible as well.
Yes.
You do have to tell me what's bringing you to the Ranikko Strand. You don't care to sightsee on the island for a little while?
Yes, we're also looking very forward to seeing a library up there.
I see. In the Ranikko Strand. He takes a second, and then he's yes, and then he's in the Ranikko Strand.
Yes.
I didn't realize they had libraries there. It's
yes,
very...
libraries don't exist. Okay.
He's very snooty. All right, but if you do want to spend time in Robaris Island, there are many areas of art and culture that I'm sure would tickle your fancy.
Ugh. I'll be sure to look through while I'm going down. So do you need like names for this appointment that we have to make, or?
Oh, no, not at all. It's just, I needed to see your papers and sort everything out. What time would you like to leave tomorrow? I don't have a pulley scheduled, and I can definitely make that arranged.
How early are we allowed? How early is it convenient for you, sir?
Oh, typically people here start at about 10 or so in the morning. So by about 11, we could definitely have everything ready to go.
All right, 11 in the afternoon it is.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you guys fucking laughing?
Because you said 11 in the afternoon. Like, no, it's like the whole, how early in the morning? And he's like, everybody sleeps in here, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, fine, in the afternoon it is. So that's why it was funny.
Dr. Rooks, he's an early bird.
He was like, yeah, okay, after I've been up for like 6 hours.
Yeah, okay, you fucking lazy butts.
Pretty much. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Well, I will definitely get that arranged. Please just do come on back to the Pully house in the morning. I hope that you enjoy your time over at Prunum boarding house. They are one of the highest regards in the city, especially great for ambassadors such as yourself who are passing through.
Yes, thank you for your help. I'm sure that I hope that we haven't wasted any of your time.
Oh, not at all.
Well,
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. It was so lovely to meet you. And as he's walking out, directly after he sends a message to Dobrak saying that guy was a prick.
Wait. How does he send a message?
Sending.
Oh.
You're
send
using
it.
a third level spell?
Oh yeah, there is a message spell. I forgot. It's just not as good.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, I can't get it then. So yeah, I'm gonna waste a third level spell. I'm joking. I'm not gonna
Just
do
to
that.
gossip with
Do it.
Dobrak.
No,
No, I
I'm
love
not
it.
gonna
I
do
love
it.
it. It's
Do
petty.
it.
Do it.
No, I was saying it, but now that Jazari said, I don't want to risk it now.
Oh
Do
my
it.
god.
Dude, at night. Dude.
Fuck what
As we
Zari
talk
says.
shit later.
Use all your spells. Use a 5th level spell to cast Sending.
I'll cast Legend.
Anyways,
on.
Dr. Rooks just leaves politely.
Okay. So you guys make your way back out onto the cobblestone streets. It's very beautiful as the sun is beginning to like really dip behind the cliffs.
Before they go, Dr. Rooks would actually like to speak to the secretary.
Okay. You heard her referred to as Miss Shea, but she's back, and as you guys like kind of walk out, she just nods and says, Mrs. Marion is nope, that's not her name. Mrs. Marin is expecting you.
Miss Shea, I was meaning to ask, are there any hospitals in this area?
Oh, there are plenty of hospitals.
Okay. Are there any ones that are particularly booked or need extra help by any chance?
Oh, I don't believe so. Most of the hospitals in this area are really well maintained and staffed and everything, so I don't think that there's anything that really needs extra help unless you really want to go look around.
Okay, thank you for your help. And he gives a respectful nod and leaves.
Alrighty. So you guys make your way back out into the cobblestone streets. The street lights, not as cool as the ones in Brightstone with the floating orbs, but they seem to have been lit in your absence. And Shay had given you directions to right next door, the boarding house. It's a very large house. The kind of gate in the front is like a little waist-high gate, and it opens up into this kind of garden area that's very beautiful. There's a gazebo over in the corner and some swinging benches and lots of hedges. And you guys kind of walk up to this very elaborate and fancy house and knock on the door, and it's opened by a Oh, wait, where'd it go? There we go. It's opened by like an older human who looks very like comfy and like an old grandma idea, but fancier. She's wearing very, very nice dress with an apron over it. And as she opens the door, she says, "Oh, do come in. We are looking and waiting for you," and ushers you into this lobby that is beautiful. It has a balcony to the second level, and there's the same like architecture of the mosaics on the ceiling. You see several like maids rushing through and around and in different rooms and everything. But she says, "I'm sure," she says to you guys, and she turns to you guys and says, "I'm sure that you are all so tired from your travels. Miss Shea from the Pully House said that you had just come in all the way from Brightstone looking to take the Pully down tomorrow morning. But I managed to assemble a meal for all of you. And I'm sorry it was short notice, so it's not as great as the Pully House usually... not Pully House. The Prune Boarding House's hospitality usually is, but you are welcome to it." And she brings you into a beautiful dining hall that has this gigantic table that looks like it could seat about 20. And you get the sense that her whole, "Oh, if we had more time, it would have been better," is just like bullshit, because it looks stunning. There's so much food. There's like a whole like turkey on the table, roasted, tons of vegetables, and various
Disgusting. Fishing for
lovely yeah, pretty much. Lovely smelling breads, herbs in the air, various pastas throughout. But she gestures for all of you to take a seat, and immediately there's maids in neat uniforms pouring drinks and making sure everybody's settled and everything. After a couple minutes of hustle and bustle, everybody from the room disappears.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay, you're gone.
Pretty much, exactly.
Reverie is immediately back at it with the bad food combinations.
I hate.
We're going to be leaving in the morning. Did anyone have any comments or concerns about the town of Horizons Grove? Me squint at the map.
Reverie just kind of mumbles around for, if they're calling 11 in the morning, sure, but that's, you're wasting half the day already. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying them, lazy ass.
I've been here before, I'm assuming, right? Or did I
no,
travel?
you haven't. No, because you were only in the Clarius Kingdom with the rest of the group, and so you guys did not travel through Horizon Grove.
Wait, I thought, but I did travel. Didn't I have to travel to there to get to Clarius Kingdom?
No. When you first came to this continent, you came in through the port in the swamp town right here. And when you left, you traveled up the side of the mountains over here and took a small port out of here. So, and landed over here somewhere. It's a little bit quicker.
So I want to know.
Okay. So, no, you have not been in this area before.
I mean, I've never really been here before, so I don't know. I do want to get out of here as quickly as possible.
That's completely fair. Hopefully in the morning before we start, I can look around the town to see if there's anything I need to buy personally. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to give you all potions. And he opens up his bag and pulls out all the potions he made on the way here.
Is there a delayed fireball in here?
Listen, don't let me have it, because it will always be made. Components and equipment. All right, so I have a bunch of graders. All right, so I'm gonna give one to Reverie because she's a fast boy. So add a greater potion of healing to your inventory, an extra one. And I'm gonna also hand one to Cass because he is also a fast boy. She is also a fast boy. She's in the rose form right now.
Not Rose. Rose is the dark-haired one. I forget the name of your
orange-haired one, right?
Yeah, I forget. I don't think there's a name. I think it's just Cass. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cass, she's in the redhead form, so it's she. He's going to give her another grader as well because she used her potion immediately when someone got hurt, so she doesn't have one now. Okay, so that means I have 3 greater on me right now. Okay, so now for the basic bitch potions.
Wow.
Okay, so I realized that not giving one to Dobrax was a stupid idea because he's a wizard and he dies just for breathing wrong. So I'm gonna give.
They have more HP than Reverie.
Well, Reverie's a monk; she can dodge hits. It's different. Dobrax, please don't do this. Don't be that guy.
The only thing that could hit me is something will one-shot me anyway, so really I don't think it's worth it.
Sorry, you're gonna be saying this and you're gonna regret it later. You're just setting yourself up.
Then, Candle, does Snud have... How many potions does Snud have on him currently?
Candle?
I guess none.
Short,
I'm sorry, he's got 2 normal potions.
Oh, I don't give you normal... Oh yeah, because you have 1,000,000 HP.
If everyone has potions, go right. But he would be the last to take one.
Okay, cool. And then he's gonna give him 1, and Rooks is gonna keep the other 2 regular potions of healing.
It's regular.
It's just a regular, just in case you get hit like lightly and don't go down.
Fine, I'll take it. Regular.
Dorax gonna be like, oh man, if only I took that potion, I wouldn't have been under 100
Alright.
health.
So you guys have those. So that means on Dr. Rooks right now, he has 2 potions of healing. He has 3 greater potions of healing. He has one superior potion of healing.
Beautiful.
Wunderbar. Actually, I should probably write all these down.
The bomb on a piece of paper.
Jesus Christ. All right, I hope you all use these properly.
Sorry,
Oh
I just was laughing at how do you improperly use a healing potion?
Well, you're probably dumping it out.
Accurate. Dumping it out like fucking Tom did. That's right.
Using it as a suppository.
Oh my fucking god.
Wait, I'm confused why that wouldn't still heal you.
I feel like it probably would. Okay, I'm not
going straight to your liver.
Oh my god.
All right, someone else talk.
Alrighty, so you guys enjoy your meal. Dr. Rooks hands out several healing potions. Anything else? Cass, have you briefed or told the group about your persona you created?
Nope.
Are you going to, or are you just gonna roll with it? Okay, just making sure. Alrighty, so you guys finish your meal, and are led to, there's essentially a room for each of you, and they're all elaborate and very large, themed in different areas. There's like a room that's all periwinkle, and it's like, you know, those really old bed and breakfasts that like have like the ocean room, and it's all like beautiful and like oceany and over stupid. Yeah, it's like that. Except different mosaics, and there's like these huge paintings that always seem to be like they're staring at you. But you all settle into your rooms. Anything that you would wish to do for the evening?
He's going to use his Stone of Far Speech, and I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how the Stone of Far Speech works. Again, is it just like a cell phone?
Excuse me, what?
Is the Stone of Far Speech just a cell phone, or is it just the sending spell?
The sending stone. Yeah, it's just the sending spell.
Okay, he's going to send a cute little message to his daughter before bed.
Aw, okay. You get a very cute little message back. Essentially, things are going well here. I whooped some paladin's ass today, and she specifically says ass because she knows you can't yell at her again.
God damn it.
With the sending stone.
Sending spell.
Oh yeah, you could use the sending spell if you so wanted, but she doesn't know like that you have spells left. And that she loves you very much as well and misses you.
Aw.
Alrighty, anything else?
None will just read some of his storybooks that he bought and go to bed.
Reveries just journaling.
Okay. Hold on. Just need to check something quickly. Sorry, I really should just like one of these days write down all of these. Okay. Dr. Rooks, at about 1 a.m. you do hear a little bit of a clanking commotion outside your door. Just a tiny bit.
He sighs and cracks the door open.
Okay. You see Snud very badly attempting to sneak down the hallway. Well, like decently for Snud, but like you heard him.
He looks like he's like, Snud, it's 1 a.m. What are you doing?
I was thinking of going outside for some fresh air.
Insight check.
Okay. Candle, you're welcome to roll whatever. Beautiful. He seems to be telling the truth.
Okay, cool. He's like, oh my god, you roll fucking persuasion? I just saw that. Alright, just try not to get in any trouble. If you need help, yell as loudly as possible, and I'll be there to protect you, or something.
Oh, if there's trouble to be had, they're going to be the ones that are going to scream for help. I'm going to defeat them all.
That's nice, sweetheart. And he just closes the door and goes back to his room.
All right. So Snud, you go outside for some fresh air, coming back in, making your way to sleep. The rest of you find your evening's rest. The beds are like almost too soft, and there's like a bajillion pillows. So, like way too many pillows.
Sounds like a pillow fort in Reverie's room.
I was waiting for the comment. Oh my gosh. But you guys all wake up, the sunlight streaming through the windows. It's very, like, you can almost smell the ocean, but like it's really, really faint since you are so high up off of it. But you guys if you open your door at all in the morning, you do see like various scones and like a pot of tea or coffee like out on a cart out in the hallway, as well as a note that breakfast is served at 9, and that like these are for you in the meantime. And they smell delicious, freshly baked. They smell super good.
Nud will go forward, and he's going to be disappointed that they're not donuts, but eat like 20 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Reverie's definitely jumping on that opportunity as well to get some food.
I just imagine Snud and Reverie standing in the middle of the hallway, shoving as many scones in the mouth as they can.
Absolutely.
As like the maids walk by, like, oh my gosh, don't look.
Out fully dressed, and he looks at those who's like, have a nice breakfast, I guess. I'm going to go explore the city a bit.
Yeah, after breakfast, Nud is also going to go into a city to find a bookstore and buy more books.
Okay. You since that's pretty quick, what are you're looking for storybooks, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. You find in the area after asking like the people in the front, it's pretty easy. They direct you to a bookstore that just seems to be like a very fancy, generic, like less information and more of like here's the fantasy books and blah 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 that like all the rich people want to read. It costs you how many books would you want to buy?
I don't know, like 20.
Okay. It costs you like 40-ish gold to buy that many because all of the books have these like elaborate book covers and are like gilded. The edges are like gilded in like fake gold and stuff like that. Like they're stupidly pretty.
All right. Done.
Dr. Oak is gonna look for those hospitals to see if anyone needs help.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Hey, I have a +3 to that. That's a 21.
Okay, you do find several hospitals. The ones in the area where you are of town very much are like, oh, we're good. We don't need your help. We have it all taken care of, blah, blah, blah. But you do find kind of in the far north part of town, as you walk around for a little bit, you notice that it gets a little bit grungier. You get the sense that this is where they shove all the workers in the area that aren't rich enough to like own land. But that hospital, they're like reluctant to accept your help, but they do so willingly for a little bit. You spend some time just like bandaging several wounds and burn wounds and like taking care of the kind of, for lack of better terms, like ER patients. So.
And he services them with a smile.
Okay. Anybody else wanting to do anything?
Yeah, I think Revery's gonna go head out and she's gonna find like what looks to be the cheapest fabric store around that she can.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Memento.
I'll tell you this: she's not going by herself.
Okay, wait. So, Cass, are you following? Visibly or like with her, or like
Sorry.
like trailing her. Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Reverie, would you be like actively
31.
looking around?
Crap.
No, I don't think she's actively looking around. She's a bit on edge, but that's just because she doesn't like cities.
Okay. So you don't notice Cass following you. But you make your way, you wander around for a while, and there's not like any specific fabric stores. Asking around, people look at you strangely, and they don't like give you any leads, and so you're a little lost.
He decides, God damn it, city people are so snooty, and just takes the moment to sit down and try to get her bearings.
Okay. So you managed to get your bearings and find your way back. I meant that you're lost in the sense that you can't find what you're looking for. Not that you're like lost.
I know, it's just she doesn't like cities.
That's fair. Okay. Anything else? Would you continue to look, or?
Yeah, I think after a bit she's gonna continue to look. After a while she just doubles back, grabs some breakfast, and goes out again.
Okay, so you double back, you enjoy breakfast at the area. You have about an hour before you're supposed to meet to, head down the pulley system. But yeah, okay, so if you're heading back out, would you ask for help at that point? Or ask around in the front?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, one of the maids that you talk to asks, like, what type of fabric you're looking for?
Nothing really fancy, just cotton, maybe some hemp, just sturdy, honestly. And then maybe some stuff to embroider, but that's afterwards.
Okay, so she recommends that you go towards the general store at the front of the city.
And how long should that take me?
It It's a pretty small city, so it would probably take you like you could make it there and back pretty easily.
Sounds good. Thank you. Revery's gonna give her a smile and quickly head out.
Okay. So you make your way to the general store. Cass, are you following in this part of the... Yes? Okay, will you roll another stealth check for me?
30.
Okay. Dear Lord. Okay, so you make your way towards the general store. It's pretty easy to find. It's run by a kind of nondescript human man, and a couple of various like younger boys who are running around and like restocking things. But they are able to give you... How much cloth are you looking for?
Just enough to patch up, like, I'd say about like a bolt of fabric. Maybe
Okay.
at most.
Measure.
Yeah, no, that's a measurement. I knew exactly how much she meant when she said that. A bolt of true fabric, I would say that probably runs you like 15 silver.
Alrighty. And then afterwards, I think she's gonna get just some different colored threads to do a bit of embroidery for
Okay.
Do you have
herself.
the money to pay for it?
So Reverie, as you look in your little pouch, you find that you only have several, like all your gold is missing. You only have several silver and copper.
Motherfucker. Reverie just kind of sighs after a moment and resigns herself to only get the fabric for the just natural fabric.
Okay. Yeah, I think you had like 15 silver, so you're probably fine. I took things out as needed, so.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's just gonna grab that and then head back.
Alrighty. Okay, so you head back towards the area. Dovrax, are you going on any excursions?
No, I don't think there's oh.
Okay. Oh my gosh, somebody's cooking something outside and it just wafted in and smells really good.
They don't reveal their gender.
I didn't realize I was hungry, but now I'm hungry. Alrighty. So you guys all kind of reconvene. Okay. You guys all kind of reconvene at the oh my god, the Pruin boarding house. And kind of pack up your stuff. Dr. Rooks, I assume that since you're not going to be able to take Black Rose with you, that you chartered
Oh wait, I can't take Black Rose with me?
down the side of a cliff onto an island and onto a boat?
Yeah, I assumed the pulley system was big enough for carts. You said there were traders here. Nah, if she can't fit, he's just gonna give her some pats and leave her some food and put her in a little stable.
Okay,
They're gonna
sounds
say,
good.
Like put her in a 5-star hotel.
I mean, basically.
Okay. So you guys all head on back towards the pulley system. Can I have everybody make perception checks?
Sure.
Sure. There
If
you go,
you
14.
want.
10.
That's a 19.
Okay, so I have a 10 from Reverie, a 19 from Rooks, a 19 from Snud, an 8 from Zai. Oh, 14 from Cass. Sorry, I missed that. Doverax?
Sorry. I don't have my character sheet.
Rude.
Wow.
Just teasing you.
How many hit points do you have? Because
Enough
there's
to
0
roll
now.
20.
Okay, so Doverax, Snud, and Dr. Rooks, as you guys approach, you notice, like, on the side wall of the pulley house, something's carved in there that wasn't there yesterday. Would you go and investigate?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Dr. Rook, Snud, and Doverax, you would notice something like carved into the stone of the side of the pulley house that was not there yesterday.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's investigate, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys all kind of walk up and you take a look. It's the same, like, you guys have noticed a couple of carvings along your way, and it's the same, like, carved into the wall with some sort of, like, knife or, like, small carving implement. But it looks to be 2 giant figures, and there's, like, a road with hills. One of them is, like, throwing a boulder. And it seems to be, there's a cart with a horse. And what you've come to recognize is, like, little caricatures of you guys. So, and just reminding Rosario, because I know you probably forgot, but it's depicting on your way to, shit, what was that place called? Kemelz.
Wow, calling me out. Jesus. No, I'm kidding. Because I fully forgot.
No, I know you did. That's why I'm helping you. The giants that ambushed you. Dr. Rooks would remember.
I know. All right, this is getting ridiculous now. Someone is clearly watching us.
What, like an invisible ghost? That'd be awesome.
No, it wouldn't be. Now I'm starting to get incredibly paranoid about this.
Kind of sounds like a stalker.
Yes.
I mean, do you sense anything through magic?
Do I sense anything through magic?
Do you have any spells that you can cast?
No. Kidding. Dr. Rooks is going to cast Detect Magic at first level.
No,
Okay.
then get to cast Detect Magic.
Other than the vibrant pinging of all of the magic items that you guys have on you, there doesn't seem to be anything in the area.
So the painting's not magic?
No, it's not magic.
I'm not a fan of this.
I don't know what we should do.
I think all we can really do is keep an eye out because we can't really do anything about it.
Alrighty. Taking note, you guys head into the pulley house. You see the same secretary there, and she nods at all of you and gestures for you to take a seat, and says, you may leave any of your luggage and so forth over here, and like motions towards an area, and the pulley hands will come and get them and load them up for you. Is there anything I can get you in the meantime? We're about ready to leave.
I don't think I need anything.
Candle's asking for more chocolate milk. Sorry, is that what you said?
Yes.
Alrighty. Okay, so you guys, she does bring you more chocolate milk. After a couple of minutes,
Is
the
it chunky though, or is it like regular?
chunky chocolate milk?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
I don't know. Maybe
Never mind, guys.
Is
Chunky,
it
never mind.
what?
What?
the chunk adds flavor.
You guys don't put ice in your chocolate milk?
You
I
put
wasn't
ice in your chocolate milk?
I'm not
an
talking.
adult.
I'm
I
talking
don't-
about the milk being bad.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's chunky. Yeah.
Dear Lord.
When you get chunky milk instead of smooth.
No.
Anyways.
Fuck. Okay, so you get some very smooth and normal chocolate milk, Stud. And after a couple of minutes, you do see several several like people in what seems to be kind of an emerald uniform taking your luggage and loading it or bringing it outside through a different door out the side. And after a couple of minutes, Lether walks out and says, I wanted to escort you to the Pully myself. If you would just follow me this way, is there anything else that we can do for you before you depart?
I think I'm good. What about you all?
No, I think I'm okay too.
Should be good.
Well, do you know of any super duper extra awesome monsters nearby, like krakens, or like giant zombies, or beholders?
He looks at you like he's trying to figure out if you're joking, and then kind of looks at Dr. Rooks like, is he joking?
Dr. Rooks just slowly nods no with a look with like the look a parent gives when the child says something fucking wild.
All I can picture is my mom.
Oh my gosh. Okay. He looks back at you, Snud, and says, not that I know of in the area, but if you're traveling the seas, then you may find several monsters.
Yeah, that'd be great.
After Snud is done with his milk, he takes the glass from him and hands Snud a napkin that he just happens to have on him.
I like to imagine Dr. Rooks has a handkerchief that he casts prestidigitation on all the time to keep clean.
He doesn't have prestidigitation, but
I do not. So I'm slowly running out of handkerchiefs.
Just a never-ending supply. That's all that's in Dr. Rooks's luggage is handkerchiefs. Oh my gosh. Okay. So he leads you out this side door into this really pretty garden area. This pathway that like has different arches over it, lots of gardens, and it leads you back towards the cliffs. Looking over the cliffs, he leads you into this circle, almost circular thing that extends off the side of the cliffs. You enter this open air platform. It's with railings. There's a turquoise ocean that lays out miles before you. Now you can kind of smell the salty air a little bit. It is windy as fuck up here. So wind is violently whipping through your clothes and your hair. Below you to the south, you see the same stunning island. Beautiful buildings and like bright colors of the vegetation. This covered platform is more like a small gazebo. It has a domed ceiling, a similar mosaic of the stars that was kind of in one of the other rooms in this area. But that's depicted above you. It has several like comfy, like it's elaborate. The tile floor has a very beautiful pattern on it. There's several like comfy seats, like these couches that are almost bolted down on the tiled floor. And you see a small bar in the corner. A very like another young female human who's wearing a beautiful emerald dress begins to like looks like she's pulling out stuff. But Lether gestures for you to sit and says, so Suzelle is here to take care of you if you need anything, and Lar, your pulley driver, will be taking you down. The trip is about 2 hours or so, and they will have your luggage at the end.
Excuse me? We dropped for 2 hours? My god.
You're thousands of feet up cliffs, and this thing like slowly lowers you down.
Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting it to be 2 hours.
Yeah, why did they start at 11 if it's hours?
Now it's gonna be a Disneyland ride, and it's gonna break in the middle of it, and we're gonna have to wait even longer.
You don't know.
Listen, all I want you guys to know is that if we fall, I only have so many death wards.
I will save the goon.
Everybody roll. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So you guys, oh my god. You guys get settled in. Suzel, as he addressed her, begins to rush around and sets like plates of kind of like this beautiful luncheon spread before you on this giant table. You get the sense that like these people who travel on the Pully system and can afford to and have like the prestige to, like they make a whole like day trip of it. So and that's how you're being treated right now, and it's a little weird.
Dr. X puts on his seatbelt immediately.
Oh, there's not really seatbelts.
Oh, fuck off. Oh my god.
But the whole thing jolts and begins to descend. It's extremely slow. It's very slow. You guys can walk around very easily and like look at the view, take in everything as you get closer and closer to the ocean floor. There's like a bajillion tea sandwiches and lots of fruit.
Sorry, continue.
But you guys continue to descend, and it takes a while.
I meant to ask before because I forgot. I seriously forgot. Can I practice my alchemy kit?
I would say that you have practiced a little bit over the 5 months that you guys were chilling in Brightstone. How? I don't know how. Let me get back to you on how long it takes for proficiency to happen.
Okay.
3 months.
Takes a long time. Like, I think 20 years or something.
All right. There's no way.
I think that's for expertise, but not for proficiency.
Oh, right. So it only takes 10 years.
Wait, like actually?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Okay, I'll do some research and we can decide.
So what is the lift powered by? Is it like 2 super giant ogres? Or it's like rotating a pulley system?
Are you asking the like pulley driver? Or are you just looking?
I'm asking.
Okay, so you go and kind of knock on. It's like the pulley driver is in like this little glass
There's a pulley
container.
driver?
Yeah. He looks like he's sitting there kind of bored. Like a couple of levers before him, and you just start knocking on the glass. And he opens it. He looks like he's in his like mid-30s. But he just leans out and says, yes, can I help you?
Oh, hi. I was just wondering, what's powering the pulley system? Is it like captured evil ogres that you guys trained to pull this pulley system?
He looks at you very confused and says, no, it's just one of the things that several of the various bright minds put together, but it operates on the giant cables, and he points them out, and they use low-powered magic to pull them, and different leverage, and I don't know, I'm not paid enough for that. I just sit here and pull the lever and stop it if I get word that I need to.
Cast a spell magic. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
You must have the best job in the entire world.
He looks like he's trying to figure out if you're being sarcastic or not. So, but he
That doesn't know the meaning of sarcasm.
I know, that's why it's cute. But he just
Candle
nods
does.
at you. Yes, Candle does. But he just nods at you and like looks like he's waiting for you to leave.
Yes, if nothing happens inside 2 minutes, he'll just leave.
Okay. So you walk away and he just shuts the door again and goes back to reading his book. But you guys enjoy your lunch on the descending gazebo, for lack of better terms. And at the bottom, oh gosh, I almost just pulled my whole like computer over. At the bottom, it jerks to a stop as you kind of get near. It looks like a small little area at the edge of the cliff. And there's a little dock with a boat, a small size boat that looks like it's going to take you to Robaris Island. You see the different porters moving all of your stuff over to the boat, and one of them gestures for you to continue on towards the boat. You guys all kind of climb in. It's like a small little rowboat, essentially, like a bigger, but not like sailing boat. It's like just like a little rowboat. And you guys take it across the way to another small dock. And there you see a carriage waiting at the bottom, or waiting at the end of the dock. But as you guys are getting closer, you see that the island has a very similar architecture to Horizon Grove, but it's way more elaborate, and it's definitely new. So it's as if they took the essence of Horizon Grove and rebuilt it down here on this island within the past 50 or so years. But it is stunning. You guys all load into about 2 carriages, and they ask you if you would like to go straight to the Rose Harbor to meet your ship, or if there was anything you would like to see in the town on your way, or if there's anything. They're treating you like essentially lords and ladies here on a trip.
I think we just need to go find a vessel. Thank you.
Okay. Just so you know, Dr. Brooks, there's a very specific vessel waiting for you. Like Velia arranged.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were stealing one.
Wait,
I thought we had to find one. I was just like, none of us have the sailor background, so we can't just find one. We actually have to make rolls.
Also,
No.
the sailor thing is for a small ship, not a freaking.
Like a sail
I mean-
by sea ship.
I mean, yeah, but we could still just find one.
That's
But
a lot of money.
she said that she arranged it at the very beginning.
Yep. Alrighty. So as you travel, they're essentially taking you just across the tip of Robaris.
Just the tip? Or?
Yeah, just the top part. Thank you, Holo. The streets are this kind of gray stone that, it's a similar cobblestone idea, but it looks like there's placed pink stones to make a small rose motifs every couple of feet. There's various rose bushes and trees and other beautiful flowers that line the streets. Beyond those, you see stylish cafes, parks that have people walking in them, beautiful skirts and umbrellas and parasols everywhere. You pass for a little bit through these small boutiques and shops, and then you start to see these estates that are huge. One estate, you travel by several minutes of their grounds. Golden gates hidden behind walls, and you get just a glimpse of this gigantic house beyond the gate. This whole place is stupid rich and stunningly elaborate. But you guys continue to travel, and you are taken it takes about 45-ish minutes. So at this point, it's 3 or 4 in the afternoon. But you are taken to the Rose Port. And this place is bustling. It's still it's clean as a port could be. There's several warehouses that are along the way that seem to be disguised with a similar architecture. Everybody who's working this port is wearing kind of a pale pink color with dark pants that are moving and working with the different sailors. There's several ships that are there, but they actually pull you up to a very beautiful ship and open the carriage doors for you. But you see this light wood gleaming. There's that contrasts the beautiful turquoise ocean. The figurehead is very big, and in your face you see what appears to be a large sea dragon. So carved into this figurehead are stunning details of scales with the fins around the head. Its mouth is open like it's growling, but it's very non-menacing. And stunning. The sails are all furled up, but they're a very beautiful ivory, and you see a flag of the Robaris Kingdom symbol, or Robaris Island symbol, so a rose on there, as well as underneath a flag that has that's like a turquoise in color with an upside down diamond, or upside down triangle. Sorry, I apologize.
Cool.
Yeah, and on that note, before you guys get to meet your crew, I think we're gonna take a break.
We are.
Yay.
We
So-
never take breaks.
We always take breaks. Okay, we will see you guys back here in about 10 minutes.
See you then.
Oh, we're on break.
And we are back. We are picking back up where the where the group is staring up at the ship that has been contracted for to take them wherever they so please. So the figurehead of the large sea dragon gleaming in the afternoon sun. And you guys see several people loading cargo and various things onto. Dear Lord, thank you for that, Cece. You see. Can we please? This needs to go up on stream. Please, hello, so everybody can see why I'm laughing my ass off.
Wait, what am I missing?
Go look at chat.
I don't want to put that on stream.
Why? It's funny. Okay, anyway.
I love how it implies that Zai is an organ donor.
He is an organ donor. Height, tall. I'm so sorry.
I'm glad that the world knows that Zylovar is a himbo now.
Yep. Okay. Anyways. Oh my god, I'm dying. Okay. Dear Lord. Anyways. Devin Becken. You guys see lots of people loading various things onto the deck of the ship. They all seem to be dressed in very neat clothes. Several of them seem to be workers from the port, but some of them seem to be part of the crew. But you guys kind of walk up, and almost immediately as you're kind of getting out of the carriages and the people are unloading all of your stuff, a rope swings down and someone lands right in front of you. So you see a half elf with very light brown hair in a kind of messy braid, and she's wearing a gigantic flamboyant hat with a large red feather on it. But she kind of seems to be dressed in different various leathers, kind of poofy sleeves, and she just looks at all of you and says, well, hello. It's a pleasure to meet those that dear old Veli sent to me.
Hello. I'm Dr. Rooks.
Charms. My name is, well, you can call me Captain Tala, or Captain, so you please.
Don't do this to me, Zari. Please don't do this to me. Zari, please don't do this to me.
Don't do what?
Captain.
Don't do what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, don't make me thirst this early into the game.
She just said her name was Captain Tala. You're already thirsting.
Oh my god. You know me. I can't help it. I just make cute characters, okay? Anyways. But she just kind of puts her hand out and says, and you all are?
Cass. Put my hand up.
Reverie.
Cass, Reverie. Beautiful.
No, the mighty dragonborn Paul there.
I can definitely see that you are very mighty.
Nice to meet you. I'm Robaris.
Pleasure. Zai introduces himself with just kind of like a grunt. She shakes all of your hands and says, well, you were... When I got a letter from my good old friend, oh, come with me. She starts leading you up the port of the ship and says, when I got a letter from my dear old friend calling in the favor that I owed her, I didn't realize that it would be taking around so-called ambassadors, but you all seem to appear to be a little more equipped than the ambassadors I was expecting.
Yes.
Well, nothing if not well equipped.
Good to know. Well, I will introduce you to the crew, and we'll spend some time getting to know each other. And our vessel is yours. Welcome to the Sea Dragon. We'll take you wherever you need to go.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. But you guys walk on the ship. It's bustling around a little bit, but she kind of leads you towards the top area with the the top area with the she leads you up. There's like these two circling staircases that lead to a platform, and then another two circling staircases on the other side that lead up towards the gigantic wheel. But she leads you up towards the top floor and into what you seem to think is the kind of meeting room part of the captain's quarters. But she leads you all in there and says, "Give me one moment and let me assemble the crew so we can have proper introductions, at least the captains, so to speak. Or the officers. Sorry, I used the wrong seafaring term. I apologize. And settles you guys
all the pirates are already tweeting right now.
What?
I said all the pirates watching are tweeting right now.
I know, right? I messed up. Officers. But you take a seat at this gigantic table. There's like a bowl of fruit in the center. It's a really pretty room. There's several like cabinets along the side with glass kind of openings. And after a couple of minutes, a small, kind of demure-looking human walks in. Her hair pulled back into a very elaborate and well-kept braid. She's wearing kind of like dark blue robes. But she just kind of walks in and looks at you all. She's very pale-skinned, and then she just kind of turns and goes and stands and takes a seat over at one of the armchairs in the corner and pulls out a book and like completely ignores you.
Like
There's absolutely no response. But like a couple minutes later, the captain comes back in with several people trailing her. You see a very flamboyantly dressed oh shoot, I didn't write down. Oh, there we go. A very flamboyantly dressed half-elf. His hair is like very sea-tousled, and he has a lute strapped across his back. You also see a copper dragonborn who seems to have smudges of grease on him, as well as various tools strapped to his arms, and a hammer at his waist. And then you also see a older half-orc woman who's wearing like just basic clothes, and has like kind of a sweet smile on her face, and she like files all these people in, and then like a second later, as soon as the door closed, a second later the door bangs back open, and an impish-looking boy who looks like no older than 15 kind of scampers in the room and like hides a little bit behind the Dragonborn.
Impish?
Aww.
So, but Captain Tala says, "I see that you have seen our quartermaster, Cassiopeia, but I assume that she did not introduce herself," like very pointedly at her. And the girl, or the lady in the corner, just kind of like, and like is still looking at her book.
No, it's fine. I completely understand. A good book can make you occupied.
All you see is just a little raise of an eyebrow, but she does not even like look up at you. And then Captain goes, "Cassie, come say hi, be good." And Cassie stands up and just comes over and says, "Hello all, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the quartermaster and the navigator, so whatever you need, I suppose I can figure out where it is." And then she just she like glares at the captain, like, "Is that good enough for you?" And the captain says, "Oh, very good, Cassie. You may go back to your reading now, darling." And she goes back and sits in the corner with a huff. But then the half-elven male steps forward and says, "And my name is Sarah. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance," with like a very elaborate sweeping bow. "And I'm the first mate, so if there's anything that you may need when our lovely captain is so busy, then please do come to me." And he immediately puts a hand out and says, "And this is Carlo. He is our bosun. He's in charge of all of the like artillery as well as keeping the boat in tip-top shape." And Carlo just kind of like looks up, looks at all of you, and then just like grunts a little bit. Those who have a little bit of a higher insight know that he's a little like flustered at the idea that like he's like, "Oh, I just am doing all the hard work," but he's flustered at the idea that like everybody thinks so highly of him.
Aww.
And the little monkey behind him is Monkey. Well, that's what we call him. And then
I did.
What?
Sorry, I was talking to someone.
Oh, you scared me. But the little boy just pokes his head out and he goes, "No, my name is Manny." And then everyone's like, "We call him Monkey." And then he kind of like gets a little bit of a boost and says, "I'm a lookout. I get to scamper all around the rigging and get to look for things."
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Manny.
And then the captain says, "And this here is Cookie. She's the cook." And the older half-orc just like grins at you all and shrugs her shoulders like, "Yep, that's it."
If you need any assistance, I'm 100% willing to help you in any way you need.
Captain Tala says, "Well, old Veli did mention that one of the people in the group seemed to be very good in the medicinal arts. We happen to have lost our surgeon in the last couple travels and wouldn't mind someone staying or stepping in while we are here, if whoever it is available."
So I don't have a medical license. I'm not sure about surgery, but I can cast a cure wounds if need be.
Oh, the surgeon is simply just what us officers call it. It's the technical boat-faring term and so on and so forth, but it's simply the one who just stitches up all the wounds and what people may get when they crack their head on the side of the wall side of the boat after a storm, or if we get attacked by some particularly nasty beastie.
Oh, that's no problem then.
I'm so happy to hear it. And the rest of you, if you would care to introduce yourself. I can tell that you have had some adventuring yourself, and so you're not quite the, I hate to say it, useless ambassadors we're expecting.
I mean, tea.
Everybody fully laughs at that.
I'm Cass. Follow my hand to everybody.
Okay. They all shake your hand pretty easily, except Cassiopeia, who is still sitting in the corner, not paying attention to you guys.
Okay.
As far as you can tell. She looks like she's listening with interest, but not like giving you acknowledgement.
Okay.
And what do the rest of you do, so to speak, if Dr. Rooks here is your medical person?
Oh, I'm Snud. I'm the one that defeats all the monsters.
Dr. Rooks looks up, is like, just looks at stuff like, I mean, we were there too, but whatever.
Everybody's kind of steps over at the moment. I'm Reverie. I'm very fast, and I can stitch up if y'all ever want help with that. I want to be useful.
I'm sure that we'll be able to put you all to good use. Don't you worry. Zai kind of grunts and introduces himself and just like nods to the axe over his shoulder.
Robaris. I mostly specialize in restoration and acquisitions.
I'm sorry, say that one more time for my ears.
I mostly specialize in restoration and acquisitions.
Acquisitions of what?
Lost artifacts, paintings, things of that nature.
Interesting. Well, you and Cassie might have to compare notes because we occasionally pick up the lost artifact, lost item.
I would love to.
There are several rumors about different things on the high seas, you know?
I have heard.
Or did I mishear that?
Cassie with a
Cassie.
Y.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a Y.
I got confused.
So her name is Cassiopeia, but the captain calls her Cassie, and you get the sense she doesn't like it. Or begrudgingly accepts it. Well, if you need anything, these are your go-to folk. There's several other people that are part of the crew, but occasionally they cycle through as we carry on about our merry way, but feel free to mingle and get to know them as well. If there's anything you may need, I can show you to your quarters very easily. It's going to be a little more squishy than you're used to, but I managed to make sure you all have, you know, pretty decent areas to spend your time and aren't all crammed in with the crew. If you will show our guests around, please. And so she sweeps out the door, or she takes off her hat and like does a huge sweeping bow and then sweeps out the door with a flourish of her like kind of back of her like clothes have like these little tails that floosh around as she puts the hat back on and steps back outside. Immediately, Cassiopeia just stands up, nods at all of you, and walks out behind her. But Sayer, the first mate, steps forward and says, I'd be happy to show you all around.
As they're going, Rosario, Dr. Rooks, walks past Manny and just drops two candy in his hand that he bought while they were in town earlier.
Aw, cute. Manny looks up at you and just kind of like grins and then like scampers off. And through the open door, you actually like it's almost insanely fast how quick he is climbing up the rigging.
We got a future rogue.
It's the human version of the goblin from the One Shot. What's his name?
Not intentionally.
Also, I know that it wasn't intentional for his name to be Monkey, but literally the main character of One Piece is named Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh, I've never seen One Piece, so I did not know that.
Anything, so
Is Rosario talking?
Yeah. Can you not hear them?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, bud.
Oh, now I can. What is going on?
Well, I'm glad you could hear me, at least. Okay.
What's the chef's name again?
Cookie.
Cookie. Don't do fucking Cookie like that, Hole. That's so fucking rude.
That's literally the name of the character. They're a chef named Cookie.
That's like literally the name of every cook on everything. That's like the nickname.
Yeah. Alright, so it's cool.
So Sayer, like sweepingly leads all of you. The remaining two, Carlo and Cookie, just kind of wave goodbye, as you guys head out, but he leads all of you down the stairs and through the door underneath. There's several rooms, about two on each side, that have a couple of beds. So if you guys want to pair up for rooms. But there seems to be 4 rooms with 2 beds apiece.
I mean, I think we know who's going where.
Well, you'll sleep
Yeah, I'm about to say it's gonna be Rooks with Zai. Cass is gonna want to sleep with Snud, and Reverie and Dobrex probably want to sleep together.
They be buddies.
Already?
Okay. Not like
They
that.
just
I'm pretty. I don't remember Reverie mentioned, but I think she said she had a woman.
She had a woman?
I don't remember if that was in character or out of character.
I don't remember. Was that
No,
something-
Reverie was Reverie was just being incredibly gay for someone.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
she just
that's
had
right.
admiration for like a woman at her mom.
I didn't remember if that was in character or out.
That was in, I
Yes.
believe, right? Because you were
No,
asking her how
Reverend-
she dealt with her werewolf thing, and she's like, it was fine back then.
Oh yeah, but yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go unless anyone disagrees.
Yep, that's how I want it to go.
Alrighty. Okay. So you guys settle into your rooms, and Sarah shows you the stairs leading down one level into the galley where the crew feeds, as well as gives you kind of a tour showing you the area where the area where the crew sleeps, as well as the lowest floor where they have a bunch of storage, as well as a brig. And the area, the lowest floor also has the like surgeon's quarters is what it was called, but it's kind of like the area where people go to get patched up, and there's some basic medical and healing stuff in there. On the other side, you see, or on the other side, when you guys come back up into the hallway, there is one side of the hall has oh, I totally forgot. Sorry. On the middle level, the first like lowest level, there's also the workshop, which has all of the various like repair things for the cannons, and where you actually like run into Carlo, who seems to be working and totally zoned in. But the kind of mimicking area on top of the ship that mimics the area where you guys are staying has what appears to be the quartermaster's workshop and chamber, which is completely shut, as well as where Sarah says, and if you need anything, this is where I am always staying, so feel free to knock at my door.
Is that room really locked then?
Cassiopeia's room?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily locked, but it's shut tightly. You're welcome to slip away and poke around if you want to.
No.
Is there anyone who's injured currently?
Oh, no, of course not. We took care of all that when we landed port several days ago.
Okay. Is the surgeon room well stocked currently?
Yes, we made sure that it was, because we weren't sure who we were working with and what we were dealing with.
Okay.
Or if we were having anybody who was going to be able to help at all.
I'm not sure if this is a bad question or not, but do you guys have any medical books in there?
You could go poke around and see what the old surgeon left.
Okay. I'm going to stock up your bookshelf with medical books if there aren't any in there.
All right.
Captain,
What were you
I'm
saying?
confused. Cassiopeia said that she could find anything, but if you lost your surgeon, why can't you find him?
You're talking to the first mate right now, but he says, "Oh, we didn't lose him. He just decided that he didn't want to be on our ship anymore," which is valid.
Oh, okay.
That was in character.
It was not. It was not.
Hey, I respect the new cast.
No, stop.
I don't know. Girls can belch too. Okay.
I don't want to. I hate it.
I know that would just be really fucking wild.
It would be pretty wild. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then he like leans down to you and says, "But between you and me, Cassiopeia could definitely track him down if we wanted to, but we have no need to."
Could she track down the Kraken for us to vanquish?
He he looks up and he's like, I imagine she probably could.
That's awesome. And Snud goes straight to find Cassiopeia.
Okay, her door is literally right there in the hallway.
Okay, Snud will just knock nonstop.
Okay. It takes like you get the sense after you're just like knocking nonstop. It takes like a good 30 seconds, and then you hear a sigh in the room, and then the door clicks open a couple seconds later, and she looks down at you and just says, "Yes."
I heard that. Well, you told us that you were like a great tracker, and the first mate agrees. And I was wondering, could you track down a kraken for us so that we could vanquish it?
Are you serious?
Well, yeah.
The rest of you guys are in this hallway, so she's gonna look up at you and says, "Is he serious?"
Yes.
Like the biggest kraken that you could find, please. That'd be great.
I would actually prefer to not go fight the Kraken because we have a mission to continue.
I
we could find the kraken on our way.
I definitely could track down a kraken if that's what you so
Yeah,
desire.
Behind Snud, Dr. Rooks is doing the no symbol.
Just like, no, no. But she looks at you and says, but despite what people may say about you and your prowess, I don't think that our ship could take down a kraken.
Oh, we'll protect your ship. I mean, I'm sure we could defeat the kraken in like one hit. Fine. Don't worry about it.
Have you ever fought battles on the water before?
No, but how hard could it be?
All right. Well, after we see our first couple monsters and so forth, we'll see.
All right. And Snud just is super excited.
She rolls her eyes a little bit. She's kind of very much standing in the doorway, but for those who can kind of peer through, you see a beautiful, like, dark blue carpet on the wood ground and a table in the center that is circular and seems to be covered in tons of maps. As well as above you, you see what looks to be enchanted into the ceiling. This would really draw your attention, but enchanted into your ceiling, what seems to be a night sky that's moving ever so slightly.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the entire thing's moving?
Like the whole ceiling is covered in this enchantment. And yeah, it seems to be like slightly shifting, and like occasionally you'll see like a cloud or something blow
It's like
across
a child
it.
have a planetarium in their house.
Yeah, pretty much. But she looks at all of you and says, "Is there anything else?"
Not
Do I
particularly.
know anything that she could look
What do you? Well, it depends on what you guys want to do first. So, you would have. I'm trying to decide if you stopped to like pick up a couple names, but yeah, you would have a couple like different pirate names, or so to speak, that you'd want to track down, but it might be better to talk with the captain about that first.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll just ask her.
Okay. So hold on, let me look. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, here, just give me the X and Y coordinate.
You wouldn't have that.
I don't know.
Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, I just had to open up another document. You would have 3 names of pretty popular pirates that I'm going to DM to you quickly. That you would know of.
Captain Buttonbeard.
No.
Winwood.
Mm-hmm.
Chadwick.
Are you making fun of my names again, Holo?
Chadwick. It's a funny name.
Okay.
To be fair, I know someone named Chadwick.
That's amazing.
People get offended when I say they have weird names.
I have to wonder why.
I don't know, dude. I couldn't think of it. Derby? Yeah, I guess.
So pretty much all you have are these names.
I'll ask for all of them. See if they know anything about any of them.
Okay. She looks at you and says, I mean, I've heard rumors of various ones of those. From what I've heard, they seem to be the ones that aren't great. And that, you know, loot and plunder and kill, so on and so forth. So, why would you be interested in tracking these guys down?
That's my business. I just want to know what's right.
All right, I will. It's going to take me a little while, but I will see what I can do. Do some research and some scrying.
I don't know what scrying is, but sure.
Scrying.
Alright.
Scrying is when I magically, you know, try to figure out where people or things are and can peer into the ether and the region and track things down.
Can you do that, Rex?
I have the ability to. I don't specialize in it though.
Okay.
Is there-
When you get no location? Tell me.
All right. You'll have to clear it with the captain to head to those areas. Anything else while I'm spending my afternoon scrying, it so seems?
Don't forget a Kraken.
I won't. I very rarely forget many things.
Oh, same.
She just kind of looks at you and then just like moves on.
Dr. X is going to check out this surgeon room just so he can put some books in there.
Okay. She kind of just says, all right, well, I have research to do, it seems. And just like takes a step away and kind of shuts the door in your face. But you, Dr. Rooks, head down to the surgeon room. It is very well stocked. There was, there's occasional books, but you get the sense that when this surgeon cleared out, he took, like, a lot of his, like, nice books and research with him. So you spend some time just, like, putting things in there. Stocking things up, rearranging to your liking. What are the rest of you doing?
I think, first off, Reverie's gonna see about asking if she can get up and climb somewhere, see about climbing the rigging. Just because, A, she wants to.
You walk back onto the main deck and you see a monkey kind of swinging from the rigging. And after watching him enviously for a little bit, he notices you and swings down and stands right before you and kind of like looks up at you shyly and says, "You were watching me?"
Seems fun to climb that, doesn't it?
It's really fun.
If I could, and only if it won't get you in trouble, could I climb up there with you?
Oh, of course.
Fantastic. And Reverie just takes off.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check for me.
This is how Reverie dies.
That's a 23.
Okay, so very easily, when you take off, Monkey takes off too and kind of just like starts shouting instructions at you, but then notices that you don't really need instructions as you keep pace with him. You guys jump up between the sails and start walking across the giant wood beams that hold up the sails and then scamper up the rigging. And he actually brings you up to the lookout tower. So at the very, very top, it is stupidly high up. but you can see over the entire port and onto the ocean.
Reverie is just grinning broadly, and after a moment, just takes a deep breath, and she is going to say a quick prayer under her breath to Nimbus.
Aw. Okay, will you roll just a general wisdom check for me?
Can do.
You are struck by lightning.
What are you saying to Nimbus?
Nimbus, may you help those who help themselves, and if we are not among those, may you please give us the time to pick up our teeth after you smack some sense into us.
Alright, that seems a little...
All right. So as you kind of like mumble this under your breath, a gush of wind just takes your hair and like pulls it all the way around and smacks you in the face a little bit. And you're not used to being up this high with the wind, and so you like grab onto the side of the lookout tower, and it's a little scary and unnerving for a second there, but then it calms back down, and Manny grins up at you and smiles and says, "Be careful, it's really windy up here."
That's okay. Even if I fell, I'd be able to generally take it pretty well. I land on my feet pretty well.
Did you just make a cat land on your feet joke? And it's even funnier because you're a monk. Oh my god. He looks at you and he's like, "Really?"
I mean, and Reverie just kind of squints. How high up is this thing?
Cuts to Zari not knowing enough about ships. I would say it's about 70 to 80 feet.
I'm doing mental math. I have no idea how much possible damage that could be.
It's a d6 per 10 feet. So that'd be 7 to 8 d6.
Yeah, I can probably take that.
Famous last words.
Any fall damage you take by 55. Hold on. Let me do mental math for you. 8d6, so that's 4 times 6, average 24. Yeah, you could totally take that.
Reverie just kind of looks at Monk and is like, okay, watch this. And then she backflips off the lookout tower.
Are you fucking kidding me? Alrighty.
You don't turn into a fish, you'd be fine.
Okay, so you backflip off. Okay, oof. Yeah, you backflip off, and about halfway down, you catch one of the ropes very easily and kind of slow your fall a little bit, and swing and then land on your feet. Absolutely no damage taken. And all of the crew that's up there is looking at you. And Manny, from what you can make of his face, his like whole jaw is dropped, and immediately he jumps down, swinging through the ropes to land next to you. And he's like, "That was the coolest thing I've ever seen."
Oh, thank you. You know, you just have to learn how to fall, really.
Can you teach me?
I can try. It's taken me quite a bit, but I can try.
Okay, teach me.
Teach this child a slow fall.
We know what Reverie's evenings are gonna look like now. Training to monkey.
I didn't realize that monkey would be multi-classing this early, but okay. Okay, so you start to begin to teach him the basics of falling, and actually, as you're doing so, you didn't notice, but you kind of like look up at one point and see that the captain is kind of like leaning on the wheel and like grinning. She thinks it's cute. Alrighty, what are the rest of you doing?
I think Dr. Rooks is honestly just looking around the ship, exploring.
Okay.
I feel like I'd be in my swim trunks with my flippy floppies. Sitting on the boat, flipping burgers or something.
Whipping burgers.
Dobarax is suddenly on a yacht. My god.
Overax is suddenly my father.
on the grill that they have.
Dear Lord. Oh my goodness.
I am going to talk to the captain about going to those places.
Okay. The captain is up by the wheel, and she seems to be barking orders here and there, but you walk up and she turns to you and smiles and says, "Ah, Cass, what can I do for you?"
I wanted to talk about our destination. I wanted to possibly meet up and interact with these 3 people on our list.
Okay. She, will you make an insight check?
Sure. 15.
Okay. So she she just looks at you and says, well, I can tell you for a fact that, Winwood, Mr. Disfigured there, he won't be much of a problem. We could take him out pretty easily. I don't know much about Chadwick. He must be an up-and-coming in the north, and Derby is, despite his name, tricky. He might be hard to track down.
What do you mean, despite his name?
Well, they call him the idiot.
Is it ironic? An idiot?
It's ironic.
Okay. So you said disfigured?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you go and approve your seeker? Or
Oh, Cassie. Yes, I can make sure that she tracks them down as needed. But we can talk more tonight at dinner about our destination, what you all wish to accomplish on your tour of the Ranikko Strand.
Okay. And I'll walk away.
All right, goodbye.
That's it.
Okay. You spend your evening kind of exploring, waiting for dinner. Dr. Rooks, you poke around a little bit more, and it's pretty interesting. Everybody's moving very fast and efficiently. You get the sense that the captain runs a very tight ship.
My people.
But immediately above you, when you're in the surgeon's room, you start to hear some very loud metalworking sounds because the the workshop is right above you.
Ooh, Dr. Oaks goes to check out the workshop.
Okay, especially with the noise, that is very interesting. You walk in and you see Carlo hammering away at something on his anvil.
Hello, Carlo.
He looks up and actually, like, almost drops his hammer. And then immediately just looks at you and says, "Oh, hello."
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting?
No, you just startled me. I was a little focused.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was told that this is the workshop. Do you have any books on engineering or crafting?
I mean, yes, I have a lot of books on engineering and crafting. He sets aside like what he was working on, and you actually like see a little bit of excitement. Some of the flustered goes away. And he leads you over to part of the workshop, and you see very large cabinets that are all closed. But he opens them, and you see very like organized by alphabetically organized and well taken care of. Even though he has like grease all over him, not a spot of grease on any of these books.
Is this the only semblance of a library he has seen on this ship?
Yeah. You didn't get to see into Cassiopeia's room, but yes.
That's fair. Dr. Rooks instantly gets excited because he has a lot of reading he can do now.
But he says, "What were you looking for? I can lend you any books that you might need."
Oh, no problem. I'll probably just pick them out myself, unless you have any recommendations. I'm not very interested in crafting or engineering, honestly, but I do like to stay well read.
He kind of grins dopily and reaches over and pulls like a cloth out of his like apron that he has around him, his work apron, and starts wiping off his hands very, very carefully. And then inspects like his fingernails before he even like touches a book.
Bad bitch shit. Your faith could never.
But he starts pulling out several different books and says, these ones kind of talk through the basics, and then this one's my favorite on learning how to craft the cannons that run the ship and take care of them. And he like starts just pulling out different books and gives you about 4.
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you. I'll try to finish them before tomorrow evening.
Oh, there's no rush at all. You can take your time.
Oh, no, that's almost impossible for me at this point in my life.
He kind of looks at you curiously, like he wants to ask what you mean, but doesn't know how to.
Oh, I move very quickly, naturally. It's kind of just how I am.
All right. I understand that. I can't move very quickly myself. I'm a little clumsy, but I do make up for it in my inventions.
Oh, really? What do you make?
Well, I'm the one who reinvented all the cannons that we use, and hold on, let me look at something quickly. Give me 1 second. I just want to like not lie to you.
I appreciate how we're all just gonna bond with an NPC on this ship.
I also can make magical items like pretty well, and spend some time enchanting most mornings. I also can, and he like pulls out tools out of his like apron around him, and you see like regular tinkerer tools, but he you start to see magic coming around them, and then they expand and turn into smithing tools.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I like creating things.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Sadly, I'm not very skilled in applying the arcane to other items like you are. I'm better at applying arcane pressure to living things, obviously.
Yeah, Captain mentioned that you are a healer?
Oh, yes, very much so. I've been a healer all my life.
That's really interesting. I'm not very good with people.
No, it's fine. It's more of an acquired taste. It's something you have to get used to. It took a lot for me to get better at speaking to other people.
He kind of ducks his head a little bit.
Hey, don't worry. I'm sure that you just need practice. And he looks around awkwardly. He's like, hey, you can consider me your... I'm not sure how you see the crew, but you can consider me your first new friend.
He kind of like looks up at you and he's like, I mean, the crew just kind of does what I say, but... So, thank you.
It's no problem. And he gives a genuine smile before patting him on the shoulder. Now, why don't you show me if you have time, why don't you show me some of the other things you're working on? I'm quite interested.
Okay, so you guys spend about an hour. He walks you through some of the different cannons that he's built and has infused magic into, as well as shows you some prototypes for turning various, like, wands or staffs into a sort of, like... Dr. Rooks, you wouldn't know that you've never like seen guns before, but it essentially looks like some sort of magic gun.
Are you telling me? Wait,
Wait. So, say for example, I wanted a gun staff. Could I?
A gun staff.
Would I be able to use it, or would it have to be something I'm trained in to use?
Hold on.
Can I use a
Sorry,
gun
you
with that
can't.
training?
I'm sorry, Zara. You can't bring up gun staff and not have me ask that question.
I don't know if I can make it for someone else. It's typically just something that I have to use, but and then you start to like see the wheels turning in his head. And he kind of rushes over to a workbench and starts like scribbling things down. He goes, "Let me see. This might take a while, like weeks, but we could maybe try to develop something."
Oh, no, it's no problem. I'm not sure how long we have, but don't pressure yourself too much. I'm nobody. I'm just a guest here.
No. I want to do this. This is interesting and exciting and new.
Oh, if you need help, I know a lot about I know. Jesus Christ, my mind went fully blank. He knows nothing. Dr. Rux just says, I know a lot about magic. I've read about. I remember almost everything I read. So if you need any help with me spieling facts at you, I can do that.
I read a lot about magic too. Maybe between the two of us, we could come up with something.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That's hilarious. My daughter would love you.
You have a daughter?
Oh, yes, I have a daughter. My best friend raises her when I'm not home.
That's awfully sweet. And you don't have a significant other or anything that raises her?
I did. He passed a while ago.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm sure you miss him terribly.
I mean, I do. I did, but it's more of a thing that I've accepted now. No.
Well, I hope to hear more about your daughter in the coming time. He looks a little flustered when he says that.
If you have any questions, I feel free to ask. She doesn't really mind as long as I don't tell you anything embarrassing about her. Or like showing any baby pictures I have of her. He slowly starts pulling out baby pictures of her.
Oh, okay. He like nods and is like, yes, of course. And then starts like looking at the baby pictures.
He opened up a can of worms. You should have never asked him about his daughter.
All right, so you guys spend some time looking at baby pictures and talking about prototypes.
That's prototypes of a baby gun.
Yep. Alrighty. Doverax is making burgers.
Magical burgers, yes.
Shorty.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Oh
One
my.
for everybody, and then he'll deliver it to them with a smile.
Oh my god. Dear Lord, no.
Wait.
Okay. Okay, is anybody else doing anything? You guys were all invited to dine with the captain for dinner and kind of discuss your plan before you set sail tomorrow. So is there anything anyone else would like to do in that time before dinner?
No.
Alrighty. So you guys all kind of wash up and get ready and meet her back in kind of the meeting room area. She seems to have changed and isn't wearing armor as much anymore, is wearing kind of a very flowy and flamboyant shirt and long boots and like dark pants. Still the same obnoxious hat and a rapier at her side, but she welcomes you all in. The table is like covered in food that looks delicious. Lots of like very savory smelling meats and good bread and various fruits and vegetables. But you all are welcomed in, and she says, "Oh, do come in, please. Please take a seat. We'll see what of my officers decide to dine with us this evening. They were all invited, but I suppose that Cassie will be stuck in her workshop. And the rest of them will eventually meander in. Help yourselves, please do.
Dr. Rooks begins eating.
You know what time it is. Horrible combination time.
Reverie, oh my god.
Reverie, I'm sorry, I don't mean to judge. You're quite literally mixing pineapples with meatloaf. I don't.
Okay, so listen, I'm trying to get as many taste buds as I can, just like going, wow. And if I can, it's good. It's a little experiment I'm running. Oh, by the way, when you guys are out on the sea, do you guys do your own fishing?
Yeah, typically. We'll cast a line when the seas are calm.
If you get anything poisonous, please give it to me. I'm trying out some stuff.
Dr. Rooks slowly turns to Reverie.
I'm trying out some culinary stuff. Relax.
Reverie, please do not eat poison.
I'm going to eat it. Listen, if you can, I can enjoy it safely. It'll be okay. I want to know how it tastes.
You can enjoy poison safely.
She slowly sees Dr. Rooks preparing protection against poison.
You want to see? You want to watch?
I was more questioning the ability, not saying that I wanted to watch.
I want to watch.
Well, listen, sometimes you get sick and you're like, wow, getting sick, it just absolutely sucks. And you put your mind to it, and then it never happens again. And that's what happened.
I love that that's how Reverie's explaining her monk ability to be immune to poison and disease.
That's hilarious. I mean, to be fair, Snud is also immune to disease.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I would be interested in your experiments.
I will tell you how it tastes, even though I don't think you'd be able to partake.
I don't think I would be able to either.
Well, I think we could all partake if Rooks used the right spell on us.
Guys, listen, my goddess is quite literally has so many things to worry about. Don't have her give me magic to do this. Cuts to Ebony, super interested in it, and he just points and says, "Quiet you, you're not helping."
Yep, Ebony was like, wait, but no, I am interested, like over your shoulder, like you get that sense. Like the not paying attention that you usually get, and then suddenly there was like the spark of interest.
Don't you love it when your goddess wants all your friends to poison themselves?
All right, so dear old Valley didn't tell me what you guys were trying to do, so tell me. We are at your disposal. She mentioned like you might have a couple of things in the Ranikko Strand. I'm well versed in the area. After all, I don't know if she told you, but we are the best ship on the seas.
What is the name of the ship, by the way?
Oh, the Sea Dragon, of course.
Oh. Did you meet a lot of sea dragons? Did you defeat a lot of sea dragons?
There was one that we managed to defeat, but it wasn't very old. And we did run from an ancient one. But we survived
Try
it.
to kill the ship.
What?
I thought Snud was gonna try to kill the ship as soon as you said that.
Oh. We did run from an ancient sea dragon, but we are the only ship who has ever lived the tale of doing so.
Wow. Well, next time let's not run. Next time let's kill it. It'll be so cool.
We can
Snud.
certainly try, but I don't think that is a wise idea.
Snud, we've already fought 2 dragons, please. Dr. Rooks is having flashbacks.
You fought dragons?
Yeah, we fought a green one and a metal one.
A metal dragon. Now that is a very interesting story.
And Snun will just go in detail about how they ate Metal Dragon.
Okay, so Reverie and Dovrex, you are also hearing this for the first time, but Snud tells a story about how beneath the mountains and in this amazing old dwarven city with all of these creepy metal things that spewed this disgusting chaos energy, he found the princess sword and they went and broke into the final keep and were ambushed by this giant metal dragon that spewed chaos energy at them, almost taking them down, but they managed to pull together and work together and kill it, and so on and so forth.
That entire dungeon was the fucking worst. Oh my god.
What do you mean? It's the best.
Yeah, you're not a healer.
I actually stressed Holo out for once. It was great.
I thought it was fun.
It was
I'm
fun.
glad.
No, it was fun. Just a lot of the fucking guys were assholes in it.
So Reverie, that's the first time you heard it. You also see her eyes kind of like she doesn't break face at all, but her eyes kind of sparkle with interest. As she listens to the story. Well, that seems like quite the adventure. So
It was great.
So you say you're adept dungeon divers?
Yeah, we delve into every dungeon we find.
Well, I mean, there are so many rumors of treasure and hidden secrets on the high seas, so maybe if we stumble across one, it'd be interesting. Bring back a couple of fun items that would make this trip very worthwhile.
If we have enough time, I will gladly be happy to help repay our debt to you.
Oh, no. No debt. None at all. Trust me, the favor that I owed Velia is definitely, I don't think I could ever repay her.
Did she save your life?
Oh, that's a story for a different day. Like this infuriating, almost like smirk, amused grin never leaves her face. Like she did not crack at all when you said that.
That's fair. Cass, would you like to go into detail about the mission we're going on?
Sure. I wanted to go up to these 3 people and apprehend them.
Well, 2 of them will be pretty easy, but as I mentioned before, the what was his name?
The
Derby. He's a little more slippery. I don't know if we'll quite be able to catch him.
With your magic, you know exactly where he's at.
It depends on whether he has wards around his ship or whether Cassie is able to locate them. I mean, she's very good at what she does, but unfortunately, magic can only do you so far. And if we know his location, what's to say that he won't be gone by the time we get there? He's slippery.
Could that be happening to us?
Us being scryed on?
Yeah, the paintings.
He is going to I would need time to look into that, unfortunately.
Okay.
I would have to pray to the moon spinner to see if Ebony has blessed me with any abilities to help rectify that something's happened. At least see if it is happening. Basically, I don't know if I have see invisibility, which I'm very sure I do not. Oh, but I have true sight.
Do you have true sight?
No, I don't have it right now, but it's one of the spells I can get.
Yeah, I have True Seeing. It's a 6th level spell. He thinks for a second. He's like, if you become too worried that someone might be spying on us, I will gladly wait until I'm better equipped to gain the ability to do so, and I will check for you.
I mean, you could always ask good old Cassie. She's very knowledgeable in the art of divination and knowing who's looking where at what time.
That is also true.
I mean, that's why she makes one of the best navigators. She always knows what we're looking for almost before we do.
We're also going to go to a library to see if we can find a special type of book.
A library? In the Ranikko Strand?
Yes.
Hmm.
Long story short, we're looking for a friend, and we need the book to do so.
What type of library is this? Is this like a small village library, or are you talking of some legendary long gone library?
Dr. Rooks doesn't know, right? Sorry.
You know that it's the library from Avalane's village. I don't know if she ever mentioned the name to you. You
Yeah,
just
but
knew
he
it was
could-
in the
he can-
Ranikko Strand.
That's fine. He can ask your girl. I'm sure that Arwinia knows.
Arwinia
Yeah.
does not know.
Really?
She might.
assumed she knew.
She might know where Avalane's from.
Fair. I would have to. I'm not sure at the current moment, but I will be sure to figure it out.
Because the only like specific ordained library I know of is the one from the Charcepta archives at the end of the ever rushing chain in the small village of Levantra.
He takes out a book and quickly starts writing, and he just says, "Hello, Arwinia, darling. I'm sorry to speak to you again today. I know you like your alone time around this time, but does this name sound familiar?" And he puts in the name of the town.
You get a message back almost immediately that says, "Oh yes, that's where Avalan was from."
All right, perfect. That might be where the grimoire that might be keeping you may be.
Okay, you get kind of like an excited squiggle of like, oh, that's really exciting, and that's pretty much it.
And he says, "Yes, that might be where it is." And he just puts the grimoire back into his book, or I guess the notebook.
Okay, so we're searching for several pirates, and we're traveling to Levantra. Alrighty. Anything else while we're traveling? Or, I mean,
we're also searching for a kraken.
a kraken.
Yeah.
And why are we searching for a kraken?
Well, to defeat it, of course. I mean,
Oh.
duh.
Alright. I don't know if the ship is equipped to take down a kraken. We can do quite a few things, but I guess we'll see.
Really quick, was there a third thing that we were working on?
Nope, as far as you know, that was pretty much it.
All right, cool.
I think the third thing you might be thinking of is Isaac's.
Oh, right. He says, "Oh, we also might need to go speak to the leaders of a very brutal clan. Other than that, not much else we have to do."
Clan? Is that a clan of anything in the Ranikko Strand or elsewhere?
I don't think it's in the Ranikko Strand, but it's nearby, right? It's
They're in
up
Topher,
here.
right?
No, they're in
Fire.
Drustolia.
Drustolia.
Yeah, so
which
that's...
is-
I lost my mouse! That's your country, Cass.
Okay, so it's right here. It's the pink.
Yeah, it's the
No,
pink.
that's in a country.
Yes, after we deal with the Ranikko Strand, we're going to have to go to Drustolia.
Alright, that's not my typical domain of land, but I wouldn't mind taking you there. We might need to, hunt down a few items along the way, take a few side trips if you guys are okay with that.
That's no problem.
It's your ship after all. If we don't like it, we can just walk.
It's gonna be pretty hard to walk on water out here.
That's bad.
Brooks is like, it's okay, I'll have that prepared tomorrow.
Water walk.
Just gonna walk your entire fucking way to
Water walk only lasts for like 8 hours, I think.
Only? That's like your entire day.
Underwater breathing is 8 hours. I don't know if water walk is 8 hours.
I don't think it is.
It's probably like 24
Yeah.
hours.
I am thinking of water breathing, sorry.
All right, well, I suppose we'll give dear old Cassie some time to hunt down your pirates. And in the meantime, we can make our way to the village of Livatra, and see what we can do. The journey down the ever-rushing chain will be a little bit dangerous, but it's not something I've done before. But it's definitely something I've done before. You see, the tides tend to pull everything into down this chain of islands. And at the end of it is what we like to call... They like to call it the black hole as a joke, but it's the area of the sea where only those who are adept enough to sail it to do so. People get lost, sucked down into whirlpools. That's where all of the big monsters are and the lost things. But if you aren't...
Is that the safest path there?
That's the only path there. It's at the edge of the ever-rushing chain, and if you aren't careful, then the currents at the bottom can pull you into the black hole. I mean, I've sailed the black hole many times, so I'm not too worried.
That's wonderful. That gives me a lot more confidence, Captain.
And actually, it might be exciting if we're hunting after a kraken eventually. That's where they would be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dr. Rooks, the Kraken appears. Dr. Rooks uses divine intervention to make it go away.
You have to roll really freaking well.
Yeah, I know. It would just be funny if it worked.
Snud would be so sad. Well, Snud would probably think that he hit it and it disappeared.
Most likely, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Well, then in the morning with the tides, we'll set off towards the ever-rushing strand and make our way down it. I'm looking forward to having you all on my ship. You seem like such a lively group.
Looking forward to being on the ship.
Anything else that I should, know or be able to help you with on this journey?
How do you do the sweeping bow with the hat thing? I've tried it before and it looks very bad when I do it.
Takes years of practice with a very giant hat.
Dang it, my hat's only moderate size. He gestures to his wizard hat.
Reverie just kind of shoots a look to Dr. Rux.
He shoots a look back?
Dr. Rooks, she's asking if you should inform the captain that she's a were-jaguar.
Oh,
how is she
my bad.
asking that if she doesn't know that?
No, Reverie is asking.
That's too much metagame, Zari. Rooks had to
Yeah.
figure it out himself.
I would have figured it out.
But you're
just-
not
Rooks.
Dr. Rooks just kind of gives a shrug and a 50-50 gesture with his hand. Basically saying, it's up to you, sis.
Oh, guys. We're just kind of, in a little bit. I've got to figure out the words.
All right. Well, if you need anything or would prefer to speak privately, let me know. Just so you know, Reverie, it's been about 2 weeks at this point.
Okay.
2 more weeks.
Yes.
Oof. In 2 more weeks, we just need to go into a deep forest and go away for the day.
You didn't ask how long it's gonna take to get to the Ranikko Strand?
I was planning on asking, but I never got a chance.
I mean, you're still at the table.
How long would it take to get to the Ranikko Strand, by the way?
Oh, nah. Sailing across the open sea to the top of the ever-rushing chain, that's the way to do it, by the way. You sail to the top and let the currents sweep you down to the bottom. But that takes about 2 weeks or so, and then we'll travel along it. Stop as we may.
Alright, we
slightly.
we may or may not need to stop, but I will be sure to let you know.
To stop?
Yes.
There's not very many places to stop on the open ocean.
Well, that's crazy. Dr. Rooks nervously starts eating.
Will you make a deception check for trying to hide that?
I'm gonna make it at disadvantage.
Why?
Because he's clearly fucking nervous.
It sucks because there's a natural 20 there. She just kind of raises an eyebrow and says, "Please do tell."
Reverie starts eating quicker as well.
All right, you two. Spill.
Damn it, she's so attractive. I have to tell her.
I think
Occasionally, about once a month, I have a hairy little problem that could be a bit bothersome to the crew. But if we have somewhere where you can just like put me for a night, we're good. You know, just as long as somewhere where I can't mess stuff up.
Alright, I actually have an idea out of character. What if we just put Reverie on a boat and just push it somewhere?
The thing is, I don't know if we can water walk in her jaguar form because of her monk skills.
No, we can put
Wait,
her on a little
what?
We can put her on one of those little
Monks can walk in
dinghies.
water.
yeah, the little.
We can put her
rowboats.
on a dinghy and tie it to the boat, and it can just follow us.
You
Monks
managed to
can
get
walk on water if they don't stop moving.
Yeah, but she's in her jaguar form. Does she get all the abilities?
Some of them.
Ah, fuck. Well,
She hasn't tested enough out to know.
So we'll
I'm
see.
confused. Are you being chased by a werewolf or a were-jaguar?
Reverie just kind of looks to Snud and then realizes that she hasn't told him. And she just kind of then looks blankly to her food for a moment.
Aware what?
She turns into a were-jaguar monster.
I've never met someone cursed with oh my god, Zari can't pronounce it tonight. Lycanthropy. Thank you. I've never met someone cursed with lycanthropy before. That's very interesting. And where are you from?
I'm from Exponons, way away from here.
I have heard rumors. That's very interesting. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Reverie looks very relieved at that response, and she just kind of gives a smile. She's like, "Thank you. Sometimes people really overreact, I'd say, personally, to the whole, lycanthropy thing."
You almost killed Rose.
I didn't almost kill him. It was just a couple of scratches.
also,
You almost turned into a werewolf. I mean, that would have been.
Also, I did kind of run from a predator. You can't put the blame 100% on her.
And if you're not born with it, there's ways around them.
I don't know about that, to be honest. Reverie just kind of shrugs.
No, there is. I've heard of them.
Well, I mean, curing it is kind of a pesty subject with me, if I'm being honest.
All right. I mean, if you were born with it, that's a different story, but...
I personally don't see it as much of a curse as some do.
Understandable. I mean, it's a powerful little trick there.
I mean, you know, it's like, for some people, it's like asking rooks to chop off his hand.
Especially if it's been part of you for all of your life.
Exactly. Reverie just kind of starts eating again to close the conversation.
I've met many interesting people on my travels.
With a full mouth, Reverie just kind of and nods.
How long have you been a pirate captain?
They're not pirate captains.
Aren't?
They're a regular captain. No, not every.
Yeah.
They work for the Navy?
No, they're like a merchant freed ship, sailors.
Oh,
How do you
okay,
think they
okay.
get goods and services across the sea? They don't
Yeah,
have
how do you think they do trade if they're quote unquote pirates?
Pirates
Listen,
steal from regular ships.
Listen, pirates need to get that bag too. You don't know. Anyways, she says, how long have you been a sailor for?
All my life. I grew up on a ship, and as soon as I was able to, I purchased and made one of my own.
That's wonderful.
But we typically deal in procuring interesting goods and artifacts. I sail around and, using my amazing crew, manage to find things that people want from the high seas, or commandeer them back from so-called pirates, or where they ended up where they don't belong, or if someone wants to pay us enough, usually we track something down for them. But that's what we do.
Sounds like quite the life.
It's very entertaining. Well, if there's no more questions for me, I guess we will set sail tomorrow morning. I have some things to arrange and quartermaster to get information from. So I will leave you to the rest of your meal, and feel free to take your time, and I will see you tomorrow morning. And with that, she stands up and does a very sweeping bow with her hat again and saunters out the door.
She is so cool.
I'm incredibly jealous.
I don't know. She's not a dragonborn paladin. How cool can she possibly be?
I mean, there's different types of cool. Some people are dragonborn paladins. Some people are very capable, pretty sailors. You know, it's different kinds of cool, I'd say.
Alrighty. Anything else you wish to do for the evening?
Dr. Rooks ends up falling asleep in Carlo's library.
I'll go see if Cassie's less off-putting with less people.
Okay. So you hold on one second. So Dr. Rix, you head back down to the workshop?
Yeah, basically, he's just gonna continue reading.
Okay, so you spend some time reading in there. Carlo is hammering away at the anvil and just like working on stuff, and you guys just kind of chill in silence for the rest of the evening. So Doverax, you're heading to Cassiopeia's workshop, or her
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, whatever you want to call it, her quarters. Study. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. I appreciate you.
I knew you were looking for it, so I gave it to you.
Thanks. Okay, so you head to her study and knock on the door. And after about a minute, the door opens again. And you see she's still wearing like the same things she was earlier. Her hair looks impeccably neat. And she says, "Can I help you?"
I came to see if I could actually help you. I'm not a great tracker, but I can definitely help locate some information if you need it.
You're not gonna ask me to hunt down, I don't know, a Leviathan or something?
No, why on earth would I want to mess with a Leviathan?
Well, your comrade wanted to mess with the Kraken.
Yeah, he also wants to mess with ancient black dragons, so we tend to ignore those ideas. He's just ideological, and that's okay.
Fair. Alright. I suppose I wouldn't mind help. You said you had skills in tracking things?
Yes, I do. Not necessarily tracking, but gathering intel.
Alright. And she like steps away from like whenever she's talking to people in her door, the door is almost as closed as possible without being rude. But she like steps in and kind of gestures for you to walk in. And you get a better view of the study, the circular table that's covered in various maps. There's bookshelves all around. It's kind of like a stunning organized chaos. There's a very pretty brass globe that of the world that moves in one of the corners, and again, the thing that draws your attention the most is definitely the ceiling, which moves in like a stunning array of the celestial beings and skies.
This is impressive.
Thank you. I enchanted it myself.
Really, how did you get an enchantment of the celestials on the ceiling?
Lots of practice and knowing the stars almost as well as I know the back of my hand.
Very impressive. It's also very organized, which I really do appreciate.
Well, I mainly just spent the afternoon scrying and trying to track down some things. Captain also was interested in possibly going after a couple other things, especially with the additions to the crew. You guys seem like you know what you're doing.
What kind of things was she looking to get?
Well, there's been rumors of an old temple that is underwater that houses an artifact that hasn't been seen or heard from in years. And it's actually one of the legendary artifacts of the gods. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Slightly, yes. Not a ton, but I've been pretty close to one.
Well, this underwater temple was... Wait, did you say you've been close to one?
Yeah, so have you.
I have.
Yeah, Rooks has 2, I believe. He has his corresponding keying lock, whatever it's called.
You see, like, suddenly, this is the most excited you've ever seen her. Like, her eyes light up, and she seems to be very, like, curious, and says, what is it like? Do the artifacts truly work in a certain way? I heard that some of them are a little bit different, and some of them are, like magic items, but there's absolutely no research on the fact.
You may want to ask Rooks. I have not seen it in action.
Well, this temple that Tala found, you notice that she refers to Tala by her first name and not by Captain, as everybody else does. But this temple that's underwater, submerged, that Tala found is actually a temple of Nimbus.
Quick question. Do her and the Captain have any similarities, looks-wise?
Not at all.
Okay.
So the Captain is a half-elf, kind of light brown hair bleached by the sun, and Cassiopeia is a human, very, very pale, big blue, like dark blue eyes, and bright, almost white blonde hair.
Okay, I tunnel vision on that. What did you say she said?
She said that the temple is a temple of Nimbus, she believes.
Nimbus, I think Reverie worships Nimbus, no?
Are you asking the DM?
No, I'm asking a rhetorical question in character.
Okay,
While I
okay.
stroke my non-existent mustache.
Mhm.
That was in person and in character.
She looks at you and says, interesting. Worships the Tempest God?
She definitely worships the Tempest God, so now I'm sure it's Nimbus.
Yes, that would be correct. It might be interesting. It would be good to have someone like that.
What kind of item is down there? What kind of artifact?
I'm not sure. It's very difficult to see beyond the walls, and I can't actually quite pinpoint yet where this temple is. It's been submerged for years, and we got a little bit of a hint, and I've been trying to search the stars for an area that would make sense.
Well, if you don't mind, I could see if I can find any information about it that you don't already know.
Well, I don't know what this artifact is shaped like at all, or what kind of item or thing it would be, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Maybe if we just, like, looked up items associated with the Tempest God? Get more information?
Do you have any clue what kind of items those may be?
Well, I mean, most items that have some sort of water or storm affiliation are typically attributed to Nimbus, but most don't.
We could see if Reverie's boots are associated.
Her boots?
Boots do some weird kind of magic to make her quicker, like a haste spell, sort of.
Doverax, those were the boots that you guys picked up in the dungeon, BT dubs.
Yes.
Okay.
I get
Just
yes.
make sure you know.
Yes, I do know that. I was there.
Okay. I'm just making sure you know.
You were. I don't know why I'm here.
Okay.
We also found the artifact in the dungeon, so
What artifact?
We didn't find
freaking
an
Rox's
there.
artifact. Yeah, we found it in a dungeon.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And Doverax.
Oh yeah.
Where you
No,
guys?
that one.
So yeah, what
is
does
where the
finding in a
boots came
dungeon have to
from.
do with anything?
Yeah, you scare me. What does this have to do with it?
Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
No, you're fine. We can certainly see if there's any ties to the Tempest God. That would be interesting. It would make sense, but I'm not sure. I mean, how powerful are the boots? The artifacts of the gods are said to have legendary power.
The boots most certainly are not an artifact of the gods. I don't think.
Fair. Well, the true artifact of Nimbus has been lost for many generations. I haven't been able to find any information on it. Honestly, I think that it's been down in the temple since the beginning of the new pantheon. Several of the other artifacts of the gods have popped up throughout the years, but this one has not. Which makes it a little harder to track down. But if my suspicions are correct, then maybe it is in this temple. No one's ever found it.
Have you thought about researching old historical followers of Nimbus and seeing what areas they hung out in?
Here and there. There was a large following of Nimbus up in Escanans a while ago. And then obviously they sailed the seas. He is the god of the storm and the seas, after all. Which is why I'm wondering if it's in this area. Honestly, to me, it would make sense if the temple was in the black hole, on some sort of island that was brought underwater.
Have you thought about researching the black hole more?
Maybe. She starts to pull out books, and almost it's almost as if you weren't there as soon as you gave that suggestion. So, but she starts pulling books off the shelves and pulling things out.
I'll read over her shoulder.
Like a creep. Okay.
Not creepy.
Standing behind somebody when they're reading? Yeah, that's a little creepy.
I mean, I'm her supervisor now.
They're interested in the same subjects, alright?
Yeah. It's
It'd
only
be creep-
creepy if you make it creepy, sorry.
Yeah, if it's some
No
random
wonder
person you
people
never
think
talk
you're
to,
creepy.
you don't
What?
just look over their shoulder and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they know each other and they're talking about this, so it makes
They've
sense.
known each other for like 2 hours.
They're talking about this
Yeah,
subject, and he wants to see
We're
what she's
talking
reading.
about this. I would have to think I wouldn't think it was creepy if someone did that.
Okay, fair.
And I'm also way more awkward than you, so maybe you're just overthinking this.
It
Dear
would be
Lord.
creepy if Doberax put his hand on her shoulder and read.
Yeah. Any kind of touching would be creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you read over her shoulder, and you see that it's starting to she's starting to pull out a book on what's known in the black hole and the way the geography has shifted. And almost immediately she turns around, sees that you're right behind her, and shoves the book at you and starts walking to the table with all the maps on it.
Okay. Is the book open to something she wanted me to read, or is it just a book?
It's open to something. You see some information on just the ideas that with the sucking of the vortexes down into the bottom of the ocean floor, that it caused some of the waters to rise, and so there was maybe some information on buried, or that scholars speculate that there could have been buried islands. And you actually see her as you're kind of reading this, something catches your eye and she points up at the sky or the ceiling and swipes her fingers to the right, and the sky moves very fast. As if she's almost scrolling through a giant map of the stars above her. And starts looking through the stars and seeming to map things out a little bit. And then she immediately starts putting pinpoints in a map below her.
Could I spend some time casting legend lore on the black hole?
Isn't legend lore hella expensive?
Yeah. I mean, not hella.
Jeez, it has weird components, but I remember it's ivory.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
We just have to
it's
pay
like
for
300
crap.
gold.
But it has specific components, right?
Yeah, incense and ivory.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. You certainly could, and I will give you more information.
Yeah.
Because I will type.
We love documents of lore.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy my documents of lore, Shorty.
It was so nicely made too.
You're welcome. I had fun. I even made a little image too. You're welcome.
Yeah, it had a little image. It was nice.
All right. So she begins to start putting information as you spend time casting legend lore and learning about the black hole. And you know what? I think that's a good place to pick up our session next week, so we can see what Doverax learned, and you guys can take off onto the high seas.
Hey.
Yep. Okay.
Alrighty. So catch us next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another episode of our other campaign, Patolis, run by the amazing Candle. And see what that group gets into, and then see you guys next week, 7 p.m. What?
Sorry, I just remembered last week you said you and Candle were going to switch campaigns, right? You were going to start DMing Patolis, and Candle's going to start DMing Wanderer's Path.
Wait, I thought I was DMing Wanderer's Path next week.
What? What?
I'm kidding. Go.
Are my dates off? I thought it was November 7th.
No, that's a surprise, Shorty. You're not supposed to tell people yet.
Oh, sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Oh my
I'll
god,
edit
you
this
guys.
out in post.
but everybody here knows. Joey says he's DMing Wanderer's Path next week.
Oh, my week's the week after, yes.
Dear Lord. Anyways, but we will see you guys next week again. If you are not checking us out on YouTube, we have. Oh, I did not spell that right. We have all of our sessions uploaded from previous sessions, as well as check us out on Twitter. Thank you, Shorty. That is at Roll Destined to get some updates as well as some other interesting things. So we will see you guys all next week.
I killed those announcements for you, by the way.
I actually low-key want to go back and listen because I believe you.
Hollow was mad impressed.
I'm sure.
What?
He was trying to get me back for last night when I made him do the recap, and he just didn't get what he wanted.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't ask me to recap the freaking episode or the last session.
You're welcome. Anyways, we will see you guys all next Thursday. Oh dear Lord. Okay, everybody say good night.
Night,
Everybody say
bye.
Good night.